The pregnant widow sold everything for a new life. Then the walls began to bleed. I know this sounds impossible, but I swear every detail I'm about to share happened exactly as I'm telling you in rural Ohio during the summer of 2020. Before I continue this true supernatural account, subscribe to hear the full story that forever changed my understanding of how the past can bleed into the present. The moment we moved into that dilapidated house, it was as if an invisible weight settled on my shoulders, pressing down, suffocating with the promise of new beginnings that now felt foreboding. The walls, painted in a faded yellow, seemed to pulse with a life of their own as they dripped with crimson liquid. At first, I thought it was simply rot, an unfortunate symptom of the age of the house. But as I wiped my fingers against the slick surface, it felt warm, as if the very essence of the place was seeping through, a sinister reminder of what lay beneath. I shuddered at the sight, but guilt held me captive. I had sold everything, traded my family's history for this new life, and now here I was, hoping for comfort, but finding only despair. Whispers echoed in despair from unknown corners, faint and chilling, calling out to my unborn child. Each sound reverberated in my chest, urgent and pleading, as the air grew thick with the metallic scent of blood mingling with an unexpected sweetness, the delicate aroma of jasmine that somehow had never bloomed there. When I walked through the narrow hallways of the house, shadows followed me, flickering just at the edge of my vision. With a toddler in one hand and a new life kicking in my belly, I felt the cold fingers brush against my arm when no one was around, leaving goosebumps in their wake. Every time I approached the basement door, a bitter taste flooded my mouth, a warning that surged like a tidal wave of instinct. I believed I had bought a home, but the darker truth crept closer, and I knew I had unwittingly stepped into a space haunted by grief, a neglectful cocoon of sorrow that summoned me in search of something I couldn't identify. The bloodstains weren't merely marks on the wall. They represented a malevolent force that craved something from me and my children, pouring out its sorrow and rage in desperate pleas. I couldn't think of what I had left behind in my haste to forge a new path, of the family treasures sold or discarded, of the laughter echoing through my once vibrant life. Swallowed by the unseen, I felt the specter of history loom closer, the walls dripping with tales of despair that resonated painfully within my heart. I struggled to grasp the unfolding terror in that suffocating silence. No longer was I just a mother seeking a fresh start. I was trapped in a vortex of haunting echoes. As I set down my toddler for a moment, a wave of dread swept over me like a suffocating fog, darkening the corners of my mind. The walls also seemed to speak, murmuring regrets and unresolved anguish, and I could feel this strange pressure of unseen eyes judging my every move. I clutched my child to me, whispering for reassurance. Then one night, as I lay wide awake in the oppressive dark, a fleeting memory pierced through the fog, a chilling tale my grandmother had told me long ago. "You must acknowledge what suffers in silence," she had said, her voice an echo from my childhood. Suddenly, a spark ignited in my mind, recalling her words about the power of recognizing sorrow, how grief could twist into a vengeful force if left unattended. If ever there was a moment to heed that counsel, it was now. With my heart pounding, I squared my shoulders, connecting with this mysterious presence. "What do you want?" I demanded, the tremor in my voice betraying the fear I struggled to contain. In response, I felt the temperature drop, a chill sweeping past me, more than just a breeze. It was as if an invisible hand had reached out to sweep my hair aside. Instinctively, I wrapped my arms protectively around my belly. I felt frail yet fierce, a mother ready to fight with an intensity I never knew I possessed. "A mother's love is unbreakable," I declared, carving out my stance against the supernatural onslaught. I refused to let fear take root. It would not bury itself in my family's future. As the days blurred into a haze filled with terror, my resolve grew. I began to uncover fragments of the house's dark history that lay tucked away within each distorted wail echoing through the hallways. 3 children had met their untimely fate in the nearby creek, drowned amid laughter and splashes, cherubic smiles twisted into despair. "What do you need from me?" I whispered into the air, as if expecting them to reply. I realized I was now not merely facing a haunting, but a cry for acknowledgement and resolution. The walls began to pulse to a rhythm, a haunting heartbeat that mirrored my own, signaling my discoveries. With each revelation, I could feel the malevolence around us escalating, but I could not hide from it. One evening, while my toddler slept peacefully, the bathroom mirror cracked suddenly. A voice echoed within the reflection, thin and desperate. "Help us." The pulse of dread quickened. My heart raced, pinned between the past and my responsibilities as a mother. As fear gripped me tightly, I heard a distant echo, the sound of my grandmother's warnings flowing in the back of my mind. Was I strong enough to stand against what might seek to harm us? The chilling reality caused a rush of vulnerability to crash over me, for I began to perceive a fundamental truth. The entity was not merely an aggressor, but a conduit of mourning, desperate for release. I could feel their pain, intertwined with mine, which forged a strange kinship. As I stood alone in the dim light, a glimmer of hope sparked. This was not an attack, but a call for understanding, and the cries for help were slowly morphing into the whispers of countless stories longing to be told. With newfound courage swelling in my heart, I demanded the air around me. "What do you want?" The moment I spoke, the room chilled, an intense drop in temperature that made me shiver, an unmistakable sign that I wasn't alone. I felt a familiar chill brush against my skin, the ghostly touch of an invisible presence skimming past me. "A mother's love is unbreakable," I declared fiercely, rallying my strength lest fear take hold. I needed clarity, assurance that whatever haunted this house wouldn't harm me and my children. The air thrummed, vibrant with tension, as if the house itself was resonating to my words. Shadows flickered at the corners of my vision, and for a brief moment, I thought I saw the apparitions of children, their eyes filled with sorrow. "If you're trapped, just say so. Show me where I can help." I held my breath, the silence around me heavy, waiting for a response to cut through the stillness. Days passed, each filled with dread, as I continued to confront the shadows lurking in my home. I felt as if I were a vessel, a conduit of emotions that surged within these walls, a powerful current of grief, pain, and desperation. My toddler slept, unaware of the turmoil that enveloped us. I was determined that whatever forces resided in this house would not harm him. After several nights of fitful sleep, I began to piece together the narrative of tragedy etched within the wood and plaster. The sounds of my children's cries would echo in my ears long into the night, and I uncovered a chilling local history booklet wedged between 2 floorboards. It revealed the story of 3 children who had drowned in the nearby creek, their lives extinguished too soon, lost to a moment of folly and nature's cruelty. My stomach knotted as I read, parents who were consumed by their grief, left with nothing but the hollow reminder of yesterday. "What do you need from me?" I whispered again, my voice shaky yet resolute. "I hear you. You're not just echoes in this darkness." The temperature fluctuated noticeably, and the surface of the walls trembled. Something was stirring, reacting to my recognition of their pain. I recounted their story aloud, as if sharing it could ease their restless spirits. "You want to be remembered. You want me to remember you." Things grew increasingly intense as disembodied whispers swirled through the corridors, remnants of laughter twisted into sorrowful laments. The walls throbbed with energy, each pulsing beat a reminder of the hearts that had once filled the house with life. I ran my fingers over the damp spots where the blood-like substance clung stubbornly, whispering quiet apologies for the grief they bore. "I understand," I murmured. "You want acknowledgement, You don't want to be forgotten. Yet, my resolve vanished in an instant when the malevolence escalated. One evening, I walked past the bathroom mirror and was struck by the loud, sudden crack. The surface splintered like ice shattering beneath a crushing weight. A voice echoed from within, thin and desperate, drifting through the rift. "Help us!" Time froze, and panic gripped my heart like an iron vice. Every instinct screamed at me to flee, to protect my child at all costs. But amidst my fear, clarity struck. I realized that this was no monster that wished us harm. It was a cry for help, a plea for release woven through the very fabric of the air around me. I felt it, the sorrow, the raw, penetrating sorrow of lost childhoods, unfulfilled dreams, and desperate, wailing spirits longing for acknowledgement. "Help you?" I echoed, my voice trembling. The reflection staring back at me was wild-eyed and anxious. "I want to help you, but how?" In that chilling moment, I understood the depth of my connection with this pain. The spirits were not just victims of circumstance, they were echoes of my own fears, reminding me of maternal protects that dictated every fiber of my being. Desperation echoed in the stillness, and as I struggled to gather my thoughts, it was then that the air shifted around me. I felt them there, surrounding me, not as threats, but as lost children yearning for justice, their cries a symphony interwoven with my own sorrow. It was then that I finally began to comprehend the truth concealed within the house's dark history. It served more than just as a backdrop to my own life. It was a living entity, entangled with the spectral tragedy of the children who had inhabited it before me. I thought of my own son sleeping peacefully, blissfully unaware of the past that clung to these walls. The specter of grief before me transformed into a yearning love, a bond I could not break. They didn't want to harm us. They wanted to be embraced. They needed nurturing. I promised myself that I would face this horror head-on, not as an enemy, but as allies in mourning. Warmth flooded the space, wrapping around me with fiery tenderness as I lifted my hands toward the broken mirror and called out, "I see you. I feel your pain, and I will honor your memory. Just tell me what I must do." I heard it once again, my grandmother's voice echoing in the recesses of my mind. "You must acknowledge what suffers in silence." In that profound moment, clarity illuminated my path forward. I wouldn't shy away from this suffering. I would face it, and in doing so, perhaps my actions could release not just them, but also tether my life into a tapestry woven with love and understanding. As I stood before the shattered mirror, a sense of purpose blossomed within me, like dawn breaking through a darkened sky. "I will acknowledge you," I declared, my voice steady, hoping to channel the energy vibrating around me. "Let your stories be heard. I promise I won't make you suffer in silence any longer." The warmth enveloped me deeper, intertwining my heart with the aching spirits, as if drawing closer to the connection I had unknowingly yearned to forge. In that moment, I envisioned a way to honor their memories, a memorial of sorts, a means to save both their souls and my family from the heavy pall that loomed in our home. "I will remember," I whispered, tears cascading down my cheeks. I would create a space of remembrance. Gathering my thoughts, I recalled a tradition my grandmother had shared, an ancient ritual to ease the torment of the lost. "Yes," I breathed, the realization crystallizing. I could gather items that reminded us of them, a ceremonial gathering dedicated to honoring their memories and providing closure. I rushed to collect trinkets, old photographs, soft toys that belonged to my son, and a piece of fabric from my grandmother's beloved quilt. Each object held a story, a connection to their lives, the love and loss interwoven in tangible form. As I laid these items in a circle on the bare floorboards in the heart of the house, I felt the air shimmer with anticipation. The shadows began to swirl, forming shimmering shapes that I could almost see, hints of movement just outside my vision. Echoes of the children, their eyes filled with sorrow and hope. "You are recognized," I said firmly, my voice echoing softly. "You are remembered." The temperature shifted noticeably as the scent of jasmine intensified, wrapping around me like a warm embrace. It felt as if the house exhaled, releasing its pent-up sorrow. In the silence that followed, a sense of calm replaced the heaviness, as if the collected spirits offered a sigh of relief. "And now," I continued, my heart racing, "I will tell your stories." As dusk fell, the sun bathed the room in golden light, enhancing the atmosphere of reverence. I began to recount the tales of the children, voicing their memories aloud. "They loved to play by the creek," I said, recalling their laughter in the fleeting moments before tragedy. "They built castles in the sand and chased fireflies. They dreamed big, unaware of the heartache that awaited them." With each word, I sensed their spirits responding, flickering gently in acknowledgement, the shadows glowing softly as if embracing their legacy. As I shared more of their lives, the heaviness of the air felt lighter. "You were not just lost souls, you were treasured lives," I declared, pouring out my heart, each narrative weaving a tapestry of collective memories. The children's whispers grew stronger, intertwining with my thoughts, urging me to continue honoring their existence. "You are not forgotten," I vowed, grounding myself in connection and love. But amid the warmth, a darker energy began to surface, a malevolent presence that lurked just beyond the gentle glow of the children's spirits, ready to confront me. A chill swept through the room, invading the sanctuary I had created. A warning echoed inside. This was not the only voice that lived within these walls. I felt the shift in atmosphere, a tension curdling the air, leaving me with a wave of panic. The shadows twisted ominously, weaving through the light, their movements quickening as if sensing a confrontation ahead. I braced myself, a mixture of dread and resolve flowing through me. Would this presence demand retribution for the stories I had begun to unveil? "Who are you?" I called out, the words escaping my lips in a determined challenge. "What do you want?" My heart raced as I faced the encroaching darkness. I could feel the building rage in the air, a force that coiled and crowded my thoughts, leaving no room for retreat. I sensed the energy of the children's spirits, migrating toward the darkness instead of away. They were not fleeing. They were standing with me, urging me to accept the entirety of this experience. I realized that whatever entity had lurked in the shadows derived strength from the unacknowledged grief and fear hidden within the house and within me. Determined to face this looming fear, I united with the light of the children surrounding me. "I will not shy away," I declared, finding solidarity in their innocent spirits. "You are all part of this home, part of the stories that must be told." With each heartbeat, I prepared to confront the shadows, ready to embrace whatever darkness lay ahead. In the midst of that confrontation, I felt their gentle remembrance flow through me, a profound reminder that even in the deepest sorrow, there can be light. "I will bring light to your shadows," I vowed, ready to piece together the fragments of their truth. We would face this together, weaving our fates into one, entwined by love and a quest for justice. As the shadows converged, the air crackled with tension, and a voice emerged from the depths of the darkness, echoing in the turmoil of my mind. "You think you can uncover our truths?" It taunted, deep and resonant, sending chills spiraling down my spine. "You believe you can protect them?" The darkness swelled, taking form, as if a figure was trying to coalesce from the unsettling shadows, something ancient, raw, and filled with rage. But amidst the dread, the children's spirits rallied around me, their whispers a protective chant, urging my resolve. I could feel their warmth radiating against the cold panic, a lifeline extending through the void. "I can protect them," I asserted again, my voice cracking yet firm, echoing with newfound determination. "I will not let fear define what happens here." I took a step forward, drawing on the spirits' innocence and their pain, channeling it into a shield against the darkness. "What do you seek?" I demanded, my heart stuttering in rhythm to the mounting unease. "Who are you to threaten this space? Who are you to haunt these children?" The swirling shadows pulsed and writhed, yet I stood my ground, resolute in the face of their wrath. Slowly, the silhouette formed clearer, manifesting into a figure, a gaunt, haggard apparition, its eyes hollow and swirling with memories. "I am their despair," it rasped, its voice laced with bitterness. "I am what remains when love falters, when hope diminishes. You think uncovering their stories will grant them peace? You only stir the memories of loss." With those words, a wave of dread assailed me, threatening to smother my courage under a deluge of sorrow. "But how can they rest if their stories remain untold?" I asked, pushing back against the entity, my voice gaining strength from the spirits surrounding me. Every tale needs to be spoken for healing to take place. Every truth matters. The shadow let out an anguished wail that reverberated through the wooden beams, shaking the very foundation of the house. Words do not heal the wounds. It is the silence that keeps me bound here, that holds them in a loop of torment. "What you call silence is simply the absence of understanding," I countered boldly. "Their stories have been buried, yes, but today they emerge." I felt the children's spirits surge beside me, their energy amplifying my resolve. The once oppressive aura began to shift, and the shadows withdrew a fraction, unsure, as though my spirit ignited a flicker of hope in them. Fully aware of the precarious dance between light and dark, I focused on the shadows, engulfed in lingering grief. "You do not have to bear the weight of their sorrow alone. We can face this together. Just tell your story," I urged, my heart tethered to my own maternal instincts to mend rather than destroy. In that moment, the figure wavered, flickering like a dying flame. "You think I too can find solace?" it drawled. "You believe I can be released from the shackles of my grief?" "Yes," I insisted, feeling the power of connection flourish. "I can help you find peace. Share your burden with me, and your story will intertwine with theirs, each word a step toward freedom." The air quaked, and suddenly the figure seemed to soften, dissolving further into the ethereal glow. Strands of despair weaving through the setup of memories I had gathered in my makeshift altar. "What if I told you the truth only invites more pain?" it whispered, a note of vulnerability threading through its voice, echoing a challenge I could not ignore. "Tell me what happened," I pleaded sincerely, my vulnerability showing through the cracks in my unshakable facade. "Let them tell you. Let us all share our pain. Only then can the cycle be broken." With that final push, the shadows coiled back momentarily, as if considering the possibility of release. "A moment, a fleeting instant," the figure muttered, resonance of regret lacing its voice. "Then you may hear the truth." The room shifted as memories began to unfold, rolling like waves through the air, revealing glimpses of lives once vibrant and full of laughter, now eclipsed by sorrow. I stepped closer, drawn into the memories bridged in shadows, where snapshots of joyful existence shimmered before my eyes. The children playing by the creek, their joyous laughter a distant memory, heralding the moment their lives were forever altered. "It was a mistake," the apparition lamented, its form flickering like a candle. "They played too close to the water. We didn't see them slip away, lost to laughter and the current." The words erupted like a torrent, carrying years of untold suffering. "I understand," I spoke softly, placing my hand over my heart. "Grief can be blinding, but it can also be transformative. You cannot carry this burden forever." The shadows shifted again, swirling around more fuzzily now, merging with light and darkness alike. Will you not shun me too, like the world has done? Will you embrace me even knowing the truth? In that moment, I stepped forward, joining the shadows and light, aligning my heartbeat with theirs, a vessel for their sorrow. Yes, I will embrace you, even in the depths of your pain. We heal together. As I spoke those words, I felt the weight of the shadows lighten, the burden they bore gradually easing as the children's spirits lifted alongside them. One by one, they joined together, forming an ethereal circle, illuminating the space with memories that began to pour freely into the air, a cacophony of laughter and joy mingling with the haunting weeps of sorrow. Together, we breathed life into their stories, the walls absorbing their essence, vitality flowing back into the home, filling the air with warmth and compassion. Understanding flowed like a river, hot and cold in one single pulse, intertwining our fates as whispers of gratitude encircled my mind. In that defining moment, the darkness relinquished its hold, revealing the sanctuary of light while allowing shadows to dance around us, no longer a threat, but a passion fueled by a need to be recognized. A new order formed among the spirits, and I joined them, a protector among the lost, ready to witness their stories without shame or fear. Every shadow holds a story, I whispered reverently, and every story deserves to be told. As the echoes of joy drifted around me like a gentle breeze, I felt a profound sense of connection to these spirits, an intertwined fate woven through shared pain and love. The light continued to brighten, pulsating with a life of its own, filling the room with a warmth that felt like a long overdue embrace. I marveled at how the vibrancy of their joy intertwined seamlessly with the shadows I once feared, now transformed into a rich tableau of memories. I want to share your stories, I declared, my heart racing as new determination coursed through me. But I need to know everything, the good, the bad, and the moments that led you here. The space shimmered in response, as if the spirits were drawing closer, acknowledging my promise, but also preparing me for what lay ahead. The apparitions hovered around me, their forms growing luminous and bright, yet blending softly with the darker hues of their experiences. We are the echoes of a moment lost in time, the flickering figure of the girl whispered, her voice resonating softly yet firmly. We danced through life, unaware of the precipice that loomed just ahead. I closed my eyes, envisioning the sunlit day by the creek, a world filled with innocence and laughter. What was it you wanted most in life? I asked, feeling compelled to peel back the layers of their lost dreams. What did you never want to forget? In an instant, I was pulled back into another memory, an instantaneous shift in reality. The scene unfolded like a delicate flower blossoming from the earth. Children ran along the banks of the creek, squealing with delight as the sun sparkled on the water's surface, and bright colors danced in their joy. We wanted to be free, a boy's voice chimed in, his laughter infectious as he raced alongside his friends. Free from worries, free to run, to play, and to dream big. I could feel their innocent exuberance radiating from the memory, an energy that swept through me, washing away the traces of sorrow unearthed from the depths of my heart. Yet just beyond the bliss, I sensed the lurking shadow again, shifting ominously at the edge of their joy, a reminder of the fragility of their world. With vivid clarity, I watched the accident unfold, the moment when laughter turned to chaos as a child lost his footing, slipping into the icy waters. The screams of young voices pierced the air, turning mirth into mayhem. Tears cascaded down my cheeks as I experienced their heart-wrenching truth. I longed to reach out to them, to warn them, yet I stood helpless as their wonder turned to despair, the shadows returning with an urgency that weighed heavily in the air. We were cheerful, oblivious, and then we were gone. The silence fell like a shroud. No one acknowledged our spirits. They became background noise in the cacophony of grief. Let me help you reclaim your voice, I implored, feeling as if a piece of their collective sorrow had wedged itself in my heart, beckoning me to heal not only them, but also myself in the process. You must share with me the moments that defined you, the dreams you wish to persist. With that, the spirits drew closer, their glow illuminating the remnants of the memories still left within the quiet corners of my home. Tiny flickers ignited into glowing forms, each child revealing their cherished dreams. The girl with a tangle of brown curls clutching a makeshift ribbon, her hope to be a champion dancer. The boy with a cap turned backwards, dreaming of becoming a great explorer who would traverse far-off lands. The air vibrated with their emotions, buoyant dreams now charged with the urgency of rediscovery. We wanted to feel the warm sun on our faces, hear laughter fill the air. We wanted our memories to live on. The girl exclaimed, her spirit soaring toward the ceiling and spinning in circles, trying to capture the essence of her unfulfilled dream. I realized that their lives had been intertwined not only in joy and innocence, but also a promise that their stories would resonate beyond the creeping silence. You will be remembered, I declared, standing firmly, taking a bold step forward, my voice unwavering. I will carry your dreams with me, echo your laughter until it reverberates through this home and beyond boundaries. A tender light radiated from the children, enveloping me like warmth spilling from a sunbeam, filling the space with golden hues. It was in this moment that an ethereal connection blossomed, uniting all our fates in a dance of liberation and love, a bond that would bind past, present, and future together. You're not a mere memory, I reassured them, feeling their essence expand within my heart. You're alive in my stories, alive in my actions. It's a new beginning. Together, we will create a memorial, a space that honors every emotion, every fragment of life you once cherished. Here, in this home, your essence won't be confined to shadow. It will thrive, it will shimmer, and it will be celebrated. The spirits swirled together, cocooning me in their newfound joy while simultaneously bonding over the idea of their legacy. As they circled around, I felt a profound sense of calling, as though life itself urged me to delve deeper, exploring the layers of their existence to craft a vibrant testament to all they had been, a tapestry marked not only by loss, but also by love and hope. I will need help to share your stories, I continued, the energy around me surging as I thought of my own child, who was at home, blissfully unaware of the history that lingered around us. We will honor your tales, recite them aloud, allowing our loved ones to come together, sharing laughter and tears as we remember you. Your laughter will inspire our world. The spirits began to settle, their luminous forms glowing brightly, as their attention shifted to their treasured memories now displayed around the room. Tell our stories, the girl urged, her voice filled with determination. Allow us to be what we always were, joyful children with dreams waiting to be fulfilled. Turn our echoes into symbols of resilience, the boy added passionately. Let our lives remind others to cherish every moment of laughter and love. Make them understand that life, despite its sorrows, is a canvas for joy. As I absorbed their fervor, a glowing vision unfurled in front of me. A community gathering, families celebrating, children dancing freely, and laughter filling the air once more. The shadows became part of a vibrant mural, evocative of a heritage that flowed through generations, rekindling hope within the hearts of all those who had been lost in silence. I will gather people, I vowed, my heart racing with excitement. We will honor your dreams and create a legacy forged in love. The energy pulsed and radiated as I watched the children's spirits erupt with happiness, the brightness shimmering throughout the walls, filling every crack with renewed life. The home, once haunted by despair, would become a beacon of remembrance, a sanctuary of love and laughter that would echo through time. The shadows, bound in spirit yet effused with light, mirrored the connections woven through keen shared stories, igniting every soul with a new perspective, embracing the profound understanding that every memory lived within their hearts. Through our journey together, we will turn sorrow into celebration, weaving love into every narrative shared, I declared, my voice soaring with newfound certainty. I will ensure you are always cherished, your dreams honored for eternity. Each shadow shall tell a story, and in each story, a lesson unfolds. As I embraced the vibrant energy surrounding me, I knew this was no longer just the rightful homage to a history untouched. This was the beginning of a journey, woven together through joy and laughter, where echoes of yesterday would nurture the promise of tomorrow. And every step forward would be a tribute to the children who showed me that love knows no bounds, no endings, only beginnings. As the lanterns danced above us like fireflies released into the night, their warm glow cast a spell around the gathered community. Laughter bubbled among families, children ran free, their spirits now intertwined with the essence of the ones we remembered. Each flicker of light became a heartbeat, echoing the joy and love we shared for those who had once filled this space with laughter. The garden bustled with activity. Friends hugged and reminisced, voices layered like the colors of the sunset. I moved through the crowd, greeting familiar faces, aware of the children's spirits swirling excitedly around us. They were no longer haunted memories. They were vibrant reminders of life's fragile beauty. "Did you see that?" my child exclaimed, pointing toward the sky. "It's like they're playing tag with the lanterns." I smiled, my heart swelling with gratitude. Yes, they are. They're reminding us to keep our hearts open, to remember that laughter never truly leaves us. The free-spirited flutter of excitement was contagious, igniting fleeting moments of fresh energy throughout the crowd. Music drifted softly from a corner of the garden, where a small band had set up, serenading us with gentle melodies that complemented the laughter. I felt the pull of memory tugging at me, engulfed in the palpable love that thrived around us, a tapestry of connections. As families gathered closely, I approached the main gathering spot draped in lights, ready to share the stories we had collected over the past days. I had invited participants to contribute, encouraged by the belief that every life touched and lost deserved to be remembered. Now our stories can become even louder, I thought, feeling the anticipation sparkle like fireflies in my chest. With a deep breath, I spoke, drawing attention as the chatter began to quiet. "Thank you all for coming," I began, my voice firm yet softened with warmth. "Tonight, we honor not only those who have left us, but also those who carry their legacy in their hearts. We celebrate lives that once thrived here, lives full of laughter and dreams." I gestured toward a long table decorated with memories, photo frames filled with laughter, drawings scrawled by small hands, and tokens of love that had once played a central role in our lives. The spirits twinkled approvingly overhead, their essence merging with the constraints of this world, ready to be acknowledged. The first to share was a father, his voice thick with emotion as he recounted moments with his son. "We used to fish together, hours spent under the sun, with nothing but the sound of water lapping at the shores. He loved to joke, saying the fish were just playing hard to get. Even now, I can hear him laughing." He spoke, wiping a tear from his cheek. His strength shone through vulnerability, a reminder to us all of the ties that bind us, joy intertwined with grief. As he paused, the echoes of his son's laughter seemed to reverberate around the space. I glanced around, hopeful that even those far removed from the boy's name could feel the connection blossoming, an affirming of life that transcended boundaries. Next, a mother stood, clutching a worn, stuffed bear, her memories woven tightly with the fabric of its seams. Emily loved this bear. It was her confidant, her partner in adventures, she recalled, a smile breaking through her tears. I wanted to bring it, so everyone could remember her wild spirit. She loved climbing trees, especially on sunny days. Tentative smiles broke out around the garden as the mother's words floated gently into the night, igniting a warmth that enveloped us all. She taught me that every day is a gift, that we should live like a butterfly, free and fearless. As she spoke, glasses raised around the gathering in tribute, acknowledging not just Emily, but all lost children, dreams that escaped too soon. The hearts of those present resonated with shared love and regret, every story a bridge forming connections among friends, neighbors, and kindred souls. One by one, stories flowed, each retreating a little deeper into both sorrow and joy. A grandmother held onto the hand of her granddaughter, sharing tales that danced between laughter and loss. Each revelation unfolded like petals, and with every story told, I felt the shadows scatter and separate, light streaming through, elevating the atmosphere. The spirits laughed alongside us, their delight palpable as they entwined within our hearts, honoring the lives we had missed. I, too, felt compelled to share, my voice ringing out as I recounted my connection to the children, the way they had guided me through the darkness. They taught me that sharing our stories does more than pay tribute. It breathes life into their memory. Their laughter still echoes in this home, reminding us of the importance of connection and compassion. These gatherings served as sacred spaces, a reminder that sorrow can spiral triumphantly through the cracks to make space for love to flourish. As the sun sank lower, casting hues of purple and indigo across the sky, the air became thick with the energy of our shared experiences, creating a community connected through a greater understanding of life. The lanterns floated freely now, shimmering with the promise of hope, a testament to the joy that will never fade. From every heart shared tonight, we create a ripple, I said, as I could feel the spirits drawing closer, energy vibrating through the ground beneath us. We carry forward their dreams and lives, ensuring their laughter is never forgotten. As our gathering continued, I encouraged everyone to write notes of remembrance, thoughts to attach to the lanterns they would release. These will be your blessings, your love notes to those who have touched your lives, I announced, excitement threading through my words. As families wrote tender messages, I felt their spirits swirling, energizing the air with gleeful anticipation. I joined in, scribbling a note to each child's spirit, recounting the lessons they taught me, promising to carry their stories beyond this night. As the sky darkened overhead, our lanterns were prepared for release, illuminating the depths of the children's memories. Each note transformed into a beacon of hope, laughter resonating even in my heart. Together, we will let this love soar high, I said, my voice rising above the murmurs as I raised my lantern high for everyone to see. On the count of 3, the spirits danced joyously around us, a vortex of energy building as the moment drew near. 1, 2, 3. With that, we released our lanterns into the sky, our hearts swelling in unison. They whirled upward, the glow swirling into constellations of love and memory, carrying forth our wishes, promises, and stories into the great expanses above, connecting us all, intertwining our spirits with theirs. As their lights flickered and merged in the firmament, symbols of our shared lives and renewed purpose, I gazed up until the last flicker disappeared amidst the stars. I understood then that even though they had departed, their radiant essence would linger, forever lighting our paths forward. In that moment, I finally believed in what they had always shown me, that love knows no bounds and can flourish even among shadows. The celebration was just the beginning, a testament that our connections could transcend both time and space. And as I stood there, surrounded by friends, families, and the echoes of lost voices transformed into laughter, I felt a warmth enveloping my heart, a promise for the future. Together, we carried forward love, weaving it into a vibrant tapestry that would echo through generations to come. As the last of the lanterns faded from view, a comforting stillness settled over the gathering. The laughter and chatter faded into a gentle rustle, with whispers of gratitude intertwining in the cooling night air. I surveyed the faces around me, bright eyes shimmering with newfound hope and healing, reflecting the light of the stars overhead. Together, we had created a haven, a sanctuary for all who'd felt the ache of loss. Yet within me, a spark remained, a yearning to deepen this connection, to explore the significance of what we'd just shared. Before we part ways tonight, I began, my voice soft yet firm, pulling everyone's attention once more. I want to invite you to join me in a new chapter, one where we honor not just the memories left behind, but also the lessons embedded in our experiences. Curiosity flickered in the eyes of my guests, and I continued. These lanterns were a visible tribute to light our way forward, but I believe we can carry this spirit beyond tonight. A community committed to remembering, honoring, and supporting one another. A murmur of agreement rippled through the crowd, and I felt that warm embrace of shared purpose tightening around us. Let's make this an ongoing tradition, I suggested. A space where we come together regularly to share our stories, find comfort in each other's experiences, and maybe even help one another heal. Like a circle of support? One person ventured, a glimmer of excitement igniting their gaze. Exactly, I smiled, heartened by the enthusiasm. A circle where everyone is welcome, where laughter and tears mix freely, a place where shadows transform into strength. Let's not let this night end here. Let's turn it into an ongoing legacy. The crowd resonated with new energy, forming a shared commitment that seemed to awaken the spirits around us, stirring happily in the warm air. I could feel the ethereal presence of the children enveloping me like a protective hug, encouraging my ambition to delve deeper into the connections we had forged. We could create a community board, a woman suggested, her voice vivid with inspiration. A space to post stories, share memories, and plan gatherings or activities together. Yes, I responded, my spirit lifting at the thought. That way, our connections can remain strong and vibrant. We can spread messages of hope, love, and healing, reminding each other that even in our darkest moments, we need not walk alone. The idea sparked an animated discussion among the attendees. Joy radiated through the group like a rising tide, revitalizing everyone with the invigorating promise of hope and healing. Children darted around us, giggling and chasing, their laughter woven into the very fabric of our resolve. We could gather monthly, another voice chimed in, have potluck dinners, games for the kids, or storytelling sessions where everyone can share their experiences. Yes, echoed another, and maybe involve local artists, musicians, and storytellers to keep it lively. Healing takes many forms after all. We can celebrate them together. As they spoke, a vision unfurled before me, an embrace of warmth, laughter, and support binding our souls. In that moment, I felt like an architect of hope, constructing bridges that could connect hearts and heal wounds. I love where this is heading, I urged, excitement elevating my energy. Let's not just remember, let's create a living legacy that honors our lost loved ones. Let's ensure their laughter is forever part of our lives. Together, we can show that light exists even in the darkest corners. Around me, heads nodded in agreement, hearts resonating with the shared intent, the universe itself buzzing softly in approval. The children's spirit shimmered brightly above us, dancing enthusiastically among the shadows, their presence a gentle nudge coiling around each of us, reminding us we were never truly alone. As the evening progressed, we began to discuss potential names for our community, debating and laughing as ideas flowed. How about the Lantern Circle? Someone suggested, and a wave of approval rippled through the crowd, smiles blooming on every face. Yes, that captures the essence of how we came together tonight, using our light to guide us, I exclaimed, my heart racing with anticipation. The air buzzed with emotion and purpose, our laughter mingling with the distant chirping of crickets. We exchanged contact information, promising to reach out and stay engaged, firm connections weaving into a rich tapestry of shared experiences. As the evening waned, I took a moment to stand apart from the group, letting the tranquility of the night wrap around me. The stars twinkled with a brilliance I had not noticed before, each flicker a reminder of the lives we honored that night. I took a deep breath, filling my lungs with the cool night air infused with the scents of blossoms, the fragrance of possibilities blooming in the darkness. "Thank you," I whispered softly to the spirits surrounding me, their energy lingering subtly as I felt their presence wrap around me like a comforting embrace. "Thank you for guiding me to this moment, for igniting the flame that is our hope." With the evening coming to a close, I invited everyone to take one last lantern, a small token to carry home, a reminder of the shared night, a symbol of the collective commitment we had made. As they left, I could feel a growing sense of purpose welling within, a yearning to cultivate this newfound community, a desire to honor every heart that had walked this journey with me. In the days that followed, we kept the momentum alive. Plans took shape at a steady pace, our conversations evolving into actions and meaningful gatherings blossoming under the embrace of vibrant intentions. Stories unfolded like petals under the sun, weaving the past into a tapestry that celebrated love. As time passed, I marveled at how our community of the Lantern Circle evolved into a nurturing cocoon, transforming into a beacon of support. Families gathered regularly, sharing stories, laughter, and tenderness, and teaching their children the importance of resilience and connection. Our gatherings served as a celebration of life, honoring the memories of those lost while cultivating new beginnings. Potluck dinners filled our bellies, and storytelling panels rang with voices echoing joy. And on warm summer nights, lantern releases became a cherished ritual, an act of remembrance that allowed us to soar beyond our earthly ties and into the heavens. Together, we transformed loss into love, pain into passion, a living legacy that strongly reminded us of the power found in vulnerability and connection. Each lantern released shone brightly against the backdrop of the night, like every heart connected toward the greater good, intertwining joy and sorrow in a vibrant tapestry of healing. Amidst it all, I understood that love transcends time and space. Shadows may exist, memories of grief lingering in the corners, but with light, they are transformed into guiding stars illuminating the path forward. Together, we had created an unbreakable web of support, ensuring that no one would ever feel alone in their grief again. In the end, the children's laughter and spirit were woven throughout our lives, echoing in every shared moment, reminding us that while we honor the past, there exists the promise of tomorrow. And I knew, with each flicker of our lanterns, we were lighting the way for others, guiding them home, refusing to let their stories fade into silence. As the seasons slipped gently one into another, the Lantern Circle became more than just a monthly gathering. It evolved into an essential part of our lives. Each gathering was an opportunity to remember, to share, and to celebrate the beauty of life amid the pain of loss. As new families joined us, the circle expanded, bringing in fresh stories and a kaleidoscope of experiences. It was a vibrant tapestry, beautifully stitched together by shared vulnerabilities and collective strength. One particularly warm evening, we decided to hold our gathering at a local park, a suggestion that awakened a sense of adventure in us all. The sun hung low, painting the sky in soft pastels as we laid out blankets on the grass, set up tables for the potluck, and decorated the space with colorful lanterns that danced with each playful gust of wind. As families arrived, the air buzzed with the sounds of laughter and chatter. Children ran about, chasing each other with reckless abandon, their laughter filling the park with a joyous energy that was infectious. I watched, a smile spreading across my face, remembering those fleeting moments of innocence that embodied the spirits of the children we honored. It was as if they were right there with us, their playful energy mingling with the laughter of the living. After the feast, I stood up to gather everyone's attention. "Tonight, let's do something special," I began, my heart racing with anticipation. "We've created this beautiful community where we remember and celebrate together. But tonight, I want to encourage each of you to share a memory of your loved one, something that makes you smile or something that showcases their spirit." The mother nodded, her eyes sparkling with the warmth of memory. "My daughters often talk about how much their brother loved to climb trees. They would spend hours in the backyard, pretending to be explorers in a jungle or pirates on high seas." Her voice cracked slightly, but she pushed through. "Last week they took a picture while up in the oak tree, his favorite spot. They took a picture of a squirrel, the guardian of the treasure, as they like to call it." The laughter that erupted from the girls was beautiful, and soon the entire circle joined in, envisioning the chaos of their backyard adventures. One by one, stories began to flow like a river of warmth, bringing forward the essence of those no longer with us. A dad shared how his son used to build elaborate Lego cities, the pride glowing on his face as he recalled how they would collaborate on fantastical architecture. "Every building had a name," he smiled, "and he would tell me stories about the people who lived there, what they dreamed, what adventures awaited them. He had a vivid imagination. I'll cherish those times forever." Each story unlocked the door to joy, interwoven with grief. A sweet reminder that our loved ones could never truly leave us. It was a beautiful and poignant moment, one that encapsulated the spirit of what we were building together. As the evening drew to a close, I felt compelled to lead a ritual that we had discussed only in whispers, a lantern release to honor the memories shared. I had gathered a fresh batch of small lanterns, preparing them for this very moment. "Let's light these lanterns," I suggested, my voice steady and inviting. "And as we release them into the sky, let's send our messages, our love, our memories up to those who have gone before us. Let them know they are forever cherished." We lit our lanterns, the flames flickering to life like the spirit of those we honored. When the time came, I counted down 1, 2, 3. With that signal, we released them into the night sky. They rose slowly at first, then floated gracefully as if lifted by the hands of our loved ones. One by one, they drifted higher, illuminating the darkness, carrying our thoughts and hopes to the stars. As I watched them ascend, I felt tears prick at the corners of my eyes, tears of joy, sorrow, and gratitude. We were bound together by this experience, an unbreakable web of love woven through the stories shared and the memories honored. "This is our legacy," I declared softly as the last of the lanterns twinkled in the distance, a shimmering reminder of the light we carried within us. We will keep remembering, sharing, and loving bravely long after tonight. As the gentle breeze whispered around us, the laughter of children echoed in the park, a sound that felt like pure magic, holding the promise of life and renewal. Our community had not just become a sanctuary for our losses. It was a celebration of life, a living testament that love endures beyond the veil. Each story shared breathed new life into our hearts, ensuring that love would thrive, echoing through every soul connected to the lantern circle. In that moment, I knew that love doesn't just exist in memories. It fills our lives, binds us together, and lights a path through even the darkest nights. And as long as we honored these connections, we would defy silence and illuminate the way for others, helping them find solace in their journeys, just as we had found in ours.